Hey everyone, welcome back. There is a backstory to this video in the description. I'm just going to jump right in here. This is a zero build game, which is really all I play. There are 99 players and 33 teams reported. Every player is a bot besides my own team, though I can't account for team 18. I just can't find them anywhere. I assume they're also bots. I had no clue that this was an all bot game when we started. I figured it out after we played and I reviewed the game. I've been playing for about 2 months and found some interesting things that are probably already well known in the community, but they are new to me and I explain them here. At the end, well, I almost didn't even make the video and you'll find out why later. My team decides to head for fencing and take out Nisha. Our LZ is the slurp truck, right by the lake under the tree here. I was expecting a real hot landing since the battle bus flew directly over fencing and it's often a popular spot anyway. That's a pretty sight. We first encountered Team 28 that landed here. 2 players landed on the rooftops and another closer to the street. We storm in to knock out Nisha pretty quickly. One of the bots from Team 28 is there as well, and we eliminated them pretty easily. When I discovered this game was full of bots, I was curious where the teams land and how they maneuver, but there were only 2 bot teams that landed near us. Team 33 is at the house west of the dock, not too far from us, but nobody else is gathered anywhere. So I backtracked several bots jumping from the bus to see where they could go and found something interesting in every case. Here's a sample of what I saw all over the map. This shot has 4 bots and kind of looks like a UFO video. Watch closely. They disappear mid-air. I looked around the areas below and some of the landmarks, but didn't find anyone spawned on the ground. So we're cleaning up Team 28 and Team 33 is just hanging out around their house. Let's see what they're up to. This girl's just running around. There was some mysterious gear dropped there, but nobody registered as getting killed. And this bot passes up a teammate and they vanish. She runs back towards the house and she vanishes. Moments later, all 3 members of the team respawn in the house. They have a little house party for themselves. It gets boring and one by one they despawn. At this point, we're headed west when Team 16 spawns near the structure across the street from fencing. They open fire on us, so naturally we shoot back. And our teammate naturally drives his car through one and kills them off. Team 2 now spawns at the ruins. There are also 2 teams duking it out along the river west of the ruins. We decide to head east to a house and grab some ammo, but we didn't run into anything on the way there. We continued east to move into Hazy, and we beat 2 teams in the streets in a gunfight. At this point, there are 30 players and 14 teams left in the game, but it's not due entirely to true fighting amongst the bots and teams from what I can tell. Many of the bots are despawned and inside what seems to be a simulation pool that occasionally they may spawn out of and back into the world. There were only 65 of the bots seen at Spawn Island pre-game. You already saw bots vanishing during their drops and when we're not nearby. I also noticed Peter Griffin's NPC knocking bots around, but when I tried to capture that action in replay, Peter is not spawned anywhere, no Legion NPCs are either, and there are no bot players in that area. Snooty Steps was a complete ghost town. And if that makes the gameplay feel a bit phony to you, consider a few things. To have all the bots in play over a vast map with only 3 human players in the game seems like a lot of resources dedicated to managing those bots programmatically without much benefit. It would be a nice to have, sure, but nothing critical for the gaming experience in my opinion. If you are playing a solo match with 100 human players, there are going to be many of them you never have any interaction with at all, but you'll see them getting knocked and eliminated throughout your game. That isn't so different than this. If a bot falls in the forest, does it make a sound? I'm not in the forest, so I don't even care. Finally, if you had the option to wait to join a game if it had 99 human players versus another game that has some bots, you'll be waiting a lot longer for all those humans to join, especially if it isn't peak playing times. Like if I were to play at 3 AM for example, but I definitely don't do that. Skipping to the end of the match here, we end up having our final fight and victory in the front yard of the mansion at Grand Glacier. I had some cool clips to pull, which is what drew me to this game's replay in the first place, but before I could finish it all, Fortnite had an update and my old replay was no longer accessible, so I wasn't able to really finish this video, and ended up droning about drones for 5 minutes instead. Sorry. I do thank you for checking my stuff out, and I'll see you next time.